wanting to give my heart. All of a sudden, a burning fire ignites.
Hey guys, welcome to session number 12. This is our final session for the mission school. So before I carry on, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on this mission school. Hope you're feeling built up and encouraged and prepared and equipped. And so just thank you so much for taking the time to go through the school with me. In this session, this is our final session. It's our final practical session. There's so many more things that I would like to go into, but again, this is just a foundational basics course to prepare you for following Jesus, but also more specifically to prepare you to be on a mission team. And this last session is a lot more focused on specifically people who are joining a short-term mission team. It'll still apply to you in life in general as a follower of Jesus, but this is way more specifically focused on those preparing to join a team. At the end of this session, there's going to be a 10-step activation challenge. And that activation challenge, each of the activations, each of the steps for you to go through on the challenge is there intentionally to activate you, to bring you into, to challenge you into, to cause you to rise up into the normal Christian life that we see through looking at the life of Jesus, of signs, wonders, and miracles, and a flow of the Spirit. It's designed to launch you and activate you into that kind of life. So to really complete this mission school, you need to complete the 10-step challenge. Okay, so you'll see that at the end, and I'm just explaining it now for you. But before we get to that, I've got a couple of final things that I want to share with you, just some practical steps, like I said, primarily for those who are preparing to join a short-term mission team. The first one is this. The first practical point that I want to bring out is it's really important for you to have people praying for you. So before you go on a short-term mission trip, my encouragement to you is find 2 or 3 people that know you, that you know love you, and that are praying people. And ask them if they would commit to, from now until you get back from the trip, to commit to praying for you. Now, we should all have people praying for us, and we should be praying for others as part of our normal Christian life, our normal walk with Jesus. But particularly when you're about to go on a mission trip, it's really important for you to have people really covering you in prayer. Maybe not everyone would agree with me on that, but this is something that I think personally is really important, and I've seen massive fruit in my life. So my encouragement to you is find 2 or 3 people, ask them to pray for you, but don't just ask them to pray for you. Say, I'm going to set up like a messenger group or a WhatsApp group or some kind of communication means, and loop them in on that communication means so that you can be in regular communication with them and that they can be in regular communication with you. Now, they're going to be communicating with you what they feel God's sharing with them in prayer and what they're praying over you. And you're going to be sharing with them the things that you need prayer for, and also the breakthroughs that you're seeing to encourage them in their prayers. Okay, so that's practical step number 1. Practical step number 2 that I want to encourage you in after getting a 2 or 3 people to pray for you, to be your intercessors, is start to really ask the Lord to show you what specific messages. Now, these may not be messages that you share on a microphone and teach into, but these are messages that you carry with your actions, that you carry with your intentionality of ministry, that you carry by the Spirit, that you carry with word and in deed. So you're going to be asking the Lord, my encouragement is ask the Lord to show you what the message is that you're carrying for the particular mission that you're about to go on. Now, if you're just walking through life and you're not preparing for a mission trip, this is still an epic thing for you to do, to ask the Lord, in this season of my life, God, what is the message that I'm carrying for the people around me? If you're about to go on a mission trip, what is the message that you're putting in me, or that you've put in me, that I have experienced, and what's the bread of my life that I can break off to give to these people? What have you given me for these people to impart to them? And the goal really in this process is if you can dial in the message so that you can write it out in one clear sentence, then that's when you really know you've got it. So the goal here is really just start asking a lot of questions about what is the message that you're carrying? Or maybe it's messages, but what is the message that you're carrying for the place that you're going? What's the assignment that's your team might have an assignment, but what's the personal assignment for you for this place? What are you carrying to contribute to the team? And see if you can go through a process where you get to the point where you can write that out in one clear sentence. Okay, and the third thing that I want to share with you when it comes to preparing for a short-term mission trip practically, the third step I want to encourage you in is make sure that your secret place time is intact. My suggestion to you is that you should be spending at the very least 20 minutes a day in an undistracted environment, setting your face before the Lord, reading the Bible, praying in tongues, worshiping, connecting, making space to share your heart with the Lord and to make space for Him to share His heart with you in return. Make sure that you have a rhythm, that you're not just engaging in your secret place the day before you go on your trip. Make sure that for these weeks or months leading up to your trip, make sure that you're every single day consistently taking care of your secret place time. That will just set you in incredible stead as you enter into the mission that's ahead of you. Hey guys, I just want to spend a couple of minutes right now talking you through this 10-step activation challenge. Each step on the challenge is its own individual challenge for you to accomplish with the Lord. And the reason we've designed this is that each and every single challenge out of the 10 challenges is there to activate you into the normal Christian life, infused with and flowing in the Holy Spirit. It's to activate you into what we have covered and what we've talked through in this mission school so far, and to really solidify that in your lives. And so I'm going to talk through each of the challenges. I'm going to do that in a very brief way. I might spend a couple of seconds just unpacking those if needs be. And then your job is to, in the next 2 weeks, is to accomplish the 10-step challenge, is to fulfill all 10 of the challenges. Now, the grace is you have one challenge that you can choose to not do. Okay, so you can choose what that is, or you can just do all 10. But you have grace to let one go. Okay, so I'm going to go through the challenges and read them through. They'll come up on the screen so you can read them as well. And awesome. So the first challenge number 1 is pray for 2 sick people that you know and believe the Lord for their healing. So we're going to be you're going to be referring back to the session that we did on healing, and you're going to be following those steps. You're going to be asking the Lord to show you, to lead you to 2 people that you already know, friends of yours or people that you know in your community that you know are sick, that you know need healing, or maybe you don't know that need healing, but God highlights them to you, and maybe He highlights them to you because even though you didn't know it, they do need healing. And you're gonna follow those steps that we went through in the healing session and minister healing to them. That you're gonna believe the Lord for their complete miracle. Okay, so that's challenge 1. Challenge 2 is exactly the same as challenge 1, but instead of 2 people that you know, it's 2 people that you absolutely do not know, 2 total strangers. Okay, you're going to pray for and minister healing to 2 total strangers. That's challenge number 2. Challenge number 3. Challenge number 3, a little bit different. Prepare a gift for a stranger and give it to them. Now, when I say prepare a gift, it could be anything. It could be a piece of art that has a special meaning to it. It could be some cookies that you bake. It could be a piece of jewelry that you make. It could be you. I mean, maybe you even want to do something for them and give that to them as a gift, like mow their lawns for them or something like that. But you're going to ask the Lord to highlight a stranger to you. It might be someone that lives in your community that you haven't met yet, and to prepare a gift for them and then give the gift to them. Okay, so that's challenge number 3. Number 4 is ask God to give you a word of knowledge for 2 strangers. Okay, so 2 strangers, a word of knowledge for each of them. Give them the word, ask for their feedback, and pray for them if appropriate. Okay, so pretty straightforward. sometimes this can cause people to feel a little bit nervous, but your challenge is to have a word of knowledge over 2 strangers and to follow those steps. Okay. Challenge number 5. Now this is I like this one. Some people might choose to opt out of this one, but remember, you only get to opt out of one. So, challenge number 5: ask God to give you a name, first and last name, even a middle name if you want to add that in there, but a name, not of someone that you know, but a name, first and last. Ask God to give you a word of encouragement, not a word of discouragement, not a word of correction, not a word of exposing their sin, a word to encourage, a word of encouragement for them. Then search their name up on social media and message them with your word, and make sure that it comes with honor and with love. Okay, so some people aren't comfortable with the social media thing. Just use that as your one that you can skip over if you aren't comfortable with that. But I like this one. We've had some really cool stories come out of this activation. So cool. Okay. Number 6. Number 6 kind of has 2 ways you can do this, and you'll see that'll become clear in a second. But challenge 6: pray in tongues for an hour without stopping. Okay, that is something that is just so fun to do. If you just pray in tongues for an hour without stopping, just do it. That's the challenge. If you're not activated in the gift of tongues, spend an hour waiting on God to activate that gift in your life. Okay, so either wait on God for an hour or pray in tongues for an hour. I'm not going to get into the dynamic of what happens in the Spirit when we start praying in tongues and utilizing that gift that God's given us for a reason. But just do it, and it'll be an awesome experience for you. Okay, challenge number 7 is fast food, not social media, not surfing, not anything. It's fast food for 24 hours and spend the times that you would spend eating meals seeking the Lord. Okay, so we're going to do a 24-hour fast. Number 8, ask God to show you a street address. Ask Him for a word of encouragement for that household at that street address. Write it out as a letter and put it in their mailbox. You can send it to their mailbox, post it, or you can drive over there or walk over there and put it in their mailbox. Okay, you don't have to say who it's from unless you want to, but that's the challenge. Okay, and challenge number 9, think of someone in your life who you want to honor. Ask God for a creative way to honor them, and then do it. Okay, activating honor in our lives. And then the last challenge, challenge number 10, and I love this one. This is an awesome challenge that I think will be really transformational for people, as with all the other challenges. Challenge number 10, ask God to show you something that you can do that will help you to receive His love clearer, and then do it. Okay, so that's our 10-step challenge. There's the 10 individual challenges for you to accomplish. You, again, get to skip over one of those challenges, but you've got to do at least 9. And have fun. Thank you again for being part of this school, and looking forward to crossing paths with you in the future, hopefully.
He's going to baptize you in the Holy Ghost and fire.
A burning fire.
My reference point, my anchor point for who I am is
10 years ago, I had throat cancer, and the radiation treatment nuked all my saliva glands, which is why I always have a drink bottle and this amazing gel that I stick on my tongue so it doesn't stick to the roof of my mouth. And while we were worshipping, all of a sudden my saliva glands have come back. And I'm